That's the real story. That isn't on there.
For every minute that we spent in the report at the beginning, we have spent roughly 5 minutes now with you and me talking. I mean, you are, after all. We've gone almost an hour and a half.
Very well, and I appreciate it. That's right.
Aren't you capable of responding? I mean, you keep saying, why don't you go talk to the Scientologists? You're the head Scientologist.
You have to understand this. If you want to understand what benefits people in Scientology, I can give you my own personal thing. But what I am not going to do here is tell you, I am not going to make claims for other people. What I'm telling you is the best evidence is the successes of Scientology. Do you want to hear about mine?
Sure.
I came to Scientology. I was a young man. I had an acute case of asthma. I had been to doctor after doctor. Nothing could cure it. My father heard of Dianetics and Scientology, took me to an individual. I was with him for an hour. I used exactly what anybody can read in Dianetics, the Modern Science of Mental Health. That asthma disappeared for 3 years. I say 3 years because I'm not going to tell you it went away forever. After that, it came up again, and I dealt with it. And I don't have it now. I do 5 miles a day. I just don't have that. Is that the greatest thing it's done for me? No. But at that point, I certainly knew. I certainly knew it was something beneficial. I knew it. It's a personal story. What it has done for me since then is just fabulous, but that is my own personal story. That is what the story is of Scientology. The successes are endless, Ted. You see, we talk about these, and that's why I was concerned about such an intro piece. The story, 100,000 people off drugs. That's help. That's good. I can give you these statistics.
You were talking before about Narconon, right? Narconon operated in Oklahoma, correct? State of Oklahoma said, illegitimate group, tossed you out.
Well, there you go. Now we're going to bring up a new allegation. The state of Oklahoma... No, they didn't toss it out. It's still there, and that's in the court system. In fact, what happened, Ted, is that various doctors came in to testify. The leading drug rehabilitation experts in the country came in to testify.
Well, let me finish. Who was opposing?
Let me finish this.
Who was trying to get it out?
The psychiatrists, the mental health board. The leading doctors across the country, Forrest Tennant, another gentleman whose name doesn't come to mind right now, testified in behalf. All of the testimony on the efficacy of the Narconon program was all in favor of it. Studies have been done, governmental studies in Spain and Sweden, found Narconon to be the most effective drug rehabilitation program in those countries. One man came in, a psychiatrist. He made statements about the program. The man was also on record as stating, and it's a man named Dr. Jolyon West out of UCLA. He stated that living a drug-free existence is an antiquated position in today's society. The judge in that case ruled that having that man talk about our drug rehabilitation program is similar to asking Saddam Hussein to report on the treatment of the Kuwaitis in Kuwait.
So why is it still in the court system?
The mental health board is the one who ruled on it, and we couldn't understand the findings because all the testimony was positive. Both health inspections, they passed, and then at the last minute, these mental health people denied it. Hang on. I gave you the story, though. You want to know?
Sure.
Just like the FDA, just like that, we get a level playing field, Ted. It always comes out. You're bringing up Narconon now, but you know, if I...
No, you brought it up. That's why I raised it.
Well, I didn't bring up the Oklahoma matter, and you brought that up.
That is correct.
You know, I could have been on here 2 years ago, and you would have brought something up, and it's over now. There have been these cases, but in the end, we come out on top. And I'm telling you, Ted, there are a group of people on this planet who find us to be a threat to their existence, and they will do everything in their power to stop us. And that is the mental health field. I didn't pick a war with them. You can ask them if they feel this way, and they will tell you that.
One last quick area I want to go into. Explain to me what a clear is.
Okay, well, the first book, Dianetics, talks about the mind. And the subject of the mind, well, you have a mind. And I did this with you before, but anybody can see what their mind is. Their mind is composed of pictures. You can close your eyes, look at a cat, and you'll see a cat, and those pictures you're seeing are your mind. There are parts of this mind. You have your analytical mind, which you do your thinking with, which is very analytical. A perfect computer is a good analogy. And there is a reactive mind. And this is the mind that kicks in during any moments of trauma, stress, unconsciousness. It is recording a series of pictures of these incidents, unknown to the individual. At a later time, these incidents that are traumatic can come back and affect the person, affect his rationality, affect his happiness. This is where you find the cause of a person acting a way he doesn't want to. A clear is eradicating that reactive mind so the person no longer has matters like that not affecting him.
Clears don't get colds.
Well, I don't know that clears don't get colds. But
L. Ron Hubbard said, clears don't get colds.
Back in 1951, L. Ron Hubbard, I believe, said in that book that postulating that a clear wouldn't get a cold. So again, you're taking the line out of context.
So clears do get colds?
I guess one could.
Okay. In the few seconds that we got left, we've got about 45 seconds left. We've heard a lot from you and I understand there's a lot more to be said, but why is all of this a religion? And you're speaking now to a great many people out there who have a different concept of religion, I think.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we've talked about a lot of allegations, and it's tough to describe a subject when you're dealing, when you get hit with a litany of accusations at the beginning, you're trying to deal with them. Why Scientology is a religion? Religion is about the spirit, and Scientology deals with the spirit. We are in the tradition of the much older religions, Buddhism, Hinduism, helping the person as a spiritual being improve himself. That is what religion is about. That is why this is a religion. It doesn't fall into any other field.
And on that note, David Miscavige, let me thank you. I appreciate very much your joining us.
Okay. Thank you.
Sunday, This Week with David Brinkley, the New Hampshire primary with Democratic presidential contenders Bill Clinton and Tom Harkin, and President Bush's campaign chairman, Robert Teeter. That's our report for tonight. I'm Ted Koppel in Washington. For all of us here at ABC News, good night.